Ever since I was a kid, I would get energized whenever I went to see plays and films. I'd come home inspired, thinking, how did they do that? Why do I feel this way? Why do I want to see it again? While I don't do a lot of really clear manifesting, I know that whenever I go where my spirit tells me, 100% of the time I end up somewhere interesting and rewarding. I've learned, I've grown, I've found success. And when I'm going in a direction that does not feel right, I know that instantaneously too. Finally tuning that instrument and learning to trust my intuition more is something I've gotten better at over the years. Right before I got Suits, I had an experience that was the clearest example of being on the wrong path. I was an actor. I was a desperate actor. I was a scared actor. And I was an actor who had no business being picky about opportunities. You take what you can get, and if you can get the audition, you go. But that was always really hard for me, because I had a very clear idea of the kind of work I wanted to be doing. I felt I knew where I was strong and where I wasn't. I got an audition for this half-hour sitcom pilot, which was not my strong suit. I don't watch a lot of sitcoms, and I didn't think that I was meant for it. But my team was like, "You gotta go. This is really good. It's the big one. You should really be excited about it." I was too young to draw a clear boundary for myself, so I just went. I remember thinking, I won't do well and it'll just be another bad audition. But the director saw something in me and got really excited. He brought me in a couple of times through the audition process. Callbacks, the director's session. All of a sudden, I'm testing for this thing that I know I don't like. The script wasn't funny, and I knew I couldn't make it funny. I didn't want to say that I was not the right guy for the role, so I kept going, and I got the job. The table, with the actors, the team, and all the executives, was a disaster. Not a single laugh was had. I was nervous and uncomfortable. It was awful. When I got home, I got a phone call from the director. "The network is worried," he said, "but I want to shoot some scenes with you. We're going to prove them wrong." We didn't. 2 days after we shot those scenes, I got the phone call that I was fired. It was big news in the entertainment trades. It just felt very humiliating to this young, insecure actor. I felt so pathetic. I was sure it was the end of my acting career. 3 months later, I got the script for Suits. I don't regret anything. Everything happens for a reason. If that sitcom disaster happened just to tee me up for Suits, then I was okay with it. After I read the Suits script, I went, "This is it. This is my show." I had no doubt that I could say those words and mean them. I knew I might not get this part, but I also knew that I could and would crush this audition and have fun doing it. To go from being publicly fired from a show I had no business auditioning for to a role that became successful beyond my wildest imagination was a huge moment of contrast.